Kilo Echo 7, Papa, India, X-ray.
Roger, that's Kilo Echo 7. Is Kilo Echo 7, or what is that?
Kilo Echo 7, or what is it? Is Kilo Echo 7, Papa, India, X-ray.
Thank you so much, Gus. Not have a good copyright at the moment, but I've got you fairly good now. What's the name there?
The name is Ricky. Radio, India, Charlie, Kilo, Yankee, here in Arkansas. Station AR.
Roger, Arkansas. What radio are you running, Ricky?
I'm doing a Kenwood 570D Delta.
570 Delta, Roger?
570 Delta, Roger? Correct.
All right, Ricky, I'm copying you on the Georgia SDR, so if you would, why don't you give me about 10 seconds, tell me about your antenna system so I can listen to your audio, Roger?
Okay, right now I'm talking on a center, about 66 feet long, and resonating on the mono band in the 40-meter band only, and that is it.
All right, Ricky, I have you on my local antenna for the moment, so let's review your setup. If you would be interested, starts with the compressor engaged at a 3. Compressor on and at a 3. Roger?
Okay. Processor is on, and the EQ is off. Transmit EQ is off at this moment.
Alrighty, so then after you get your compressor on at a 3, move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. ALC mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain manipulation.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500.
Ricky, the thing is, you can't set the level accurately that way because the meter never has a chance to come up to accurately reflect what it's reading. The best way to set that is fairly rapidly saying 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, whatever it is, but you want to get that cadence up to where that meter comes up and will show you what it's reading. Roger?
Okay, I'll do it again. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 100, 200.
Roger. So that looks mid-scale to 2/3, Roger?
Well, it's hard to tell. My ACL said that he needs to follow the path. I'm at, but this is at 33.
Roger. Well, you know, sometimes maybe you want to increase the tempo even greater, faster. The more you do that, the more accurate that meter will reflect what it's actually reading. Because, you know, when you go 1, 2, 3, the meter never has a chance to come up to actually show what it's reading. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, because I also had a question for you. I'm on a dipole, but I also have a vertical. I understand I just added radials and an extra ground to it, and see what you think of the signal strength.
Maybe, let's see, Ricky, just one thing, check your frequency. You might be just slightly high on frequency. We're on 7188.00. 7188.00, and double check your clarifier to be sure your clarifier is off.
Okay, but like I said, I was told by other people that my radio is about 100 hertz off when I transmit, so I knocked it down to 50 hertz. Is that better?
Yes, sir. That's a lot closer than where you were. And so what was your other question just now?
Like I said, I'm running out of center fed dipole right now, and I went out today and I added radials, added extra ground to the base of my vertical, which is sitting about 6 inches off the earth. And I'm trying to see if I have more signal strength now. based on that.
Okay, do you have an A-B switch where you can switch back and forth between the two antennas?
Roger.
All right, what I want you to do is give me a 10 count. Give me a 10 count, and at 5, I want you to switch antennas. Don't talk between 5 and 6, but switch your antenna and keep counting. So you would be 100, 200, 300, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that way I can immediately catch the same propagation to be able to hear a difference in the antenna transmit level. Roger?
Roger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Roger, Ricky. The first antenna was a good 6 to 7 dB hotter than your second antenna. First antenna was at least maybe 7 dB hotter to me than the last antenna. Roger?
That's what I wanted to find out. Because I guess the vertical is too low to the ground and I'm too close to structures, and it could be impeding the performance, but that's the way it goes. I'm not moving it. It's too hard to move around.
Roger. Good rule of thumb is if my signal comes up to you on the switch, that antenna is better for you to use to me. If when you switch antennas, I'm assuming that I was dropped down when you went to antenna 2. Is that a Roger?
That's what I was to find out. Yeah, I figured it was going to be lower.
Yeah, so I'll just transmit here for a minute, and you can switch back and forth, and you will probably notice a large discrepancy in the signal level on antenna 2. I will be much louder on antenna 1. Roger.
Roger. I'm going to switch over to the other one now.
You should do that while I'm talking, sir. That will give you an AV choice as opposed to doing one and then 10 seconds to 15 seconds later doing the other. You want to switch back and forth simultaneously so you can really see the difference. It will catch the same propagation wave, so to speak. Roger?
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah, it is lower. The receive is about a 7 versus a 7 to 7.5 versus a 9.
Yeah, Roger. And that's considering that you're probably running AGC, your RF level, you probably have it turned up. So my receiver is below compression. My receive RF level is turned down to the point where the receiver is not into compression. So I'm reading a very true signal from you, whereas if I had my RF level up, I would be into compression and, it'd be sucking up between the words and all kinds of stuff. Roger?
Roger on that. Yes, I appreciate all the help you gave me, the input. Like I said, it's hard to tell how you sound because people say, oh, you sound okay. You sound okay.
Yeah, Roger. Now, let's see here. On the microphone, do you know where your EQ is?
I do. And I got 4 settings. I can do 4 different settings.
All right, so if you want to go to your EQ, right now your microphone is pretty much upper mids and upper mids, not really top end, but mainly in the mids. So what we want to do is try to broaden that out some. Roger.
Roger. So I got 4 options.
Okay, what kind of EQ do you have there, sir?
It's a menu driven with like 4 settings, or it's off. You got high bass. And you got 3 others, or it's completely off.
Okay, so you're saying you have a 4-band EQ, is that a Roger?
Roger, and you don't get to adjust it, you get to select it.
All right, so the thing is, on an equalizer is designed to match the top end to the mid-range and the bottom end to the mid-range. That's what equalization is all about, getting the top end balanced to the mid-range and getting the bottom end balanced to the mid-range. And because of that, we want the mid-range flat. So if you have 4 controls covering 4 different frequencies, we want the 2 in the middle to be flat or off. 2 in the middle to be flat or off. Roger?
Roger, so I'll go set them and you can listen to them and you tell me which one's best, and I'll pause between them.
No, let me handle this. Just take your equalization, the 2 in the middle, make those flat, and then I'll give you some instructions after that.
Roger.
So let me know when you get those two in the middle flat.
Like I said, I have a high bass. I have, like I said, I have no splice controls or anything. It's just 4 selections, high bass, and then 3 others, or it's off. That's all I can do with this radio.
So you're saying you have a high boost 1 and 2?
I have a high boost, and that's it. Just 1 high boost setting.
Okay, go to high boost and let me hear you.
Okay, here's high boost. How does it sound to you?
Oh, a lot better, a lot better. That's the top end I was looking for on the EQ. Roger, roger.
Well, I appreciate you let me say that, yeah, because I talk to some guys on the net at night, and they don't like that setting, so I turn it off.
Roger. Now, what you actually need is a little bass boost with that EQ. That does take care of the top end, but we need a little more bottom end to do that. So, and you don't have that capability, right?
No, I'd have to add that on.
And you're sure that your EQ, your bottom end EQ, does not function when you're in high boost 1?
I'm pretty sure. This is not a real, I don't know, this 570 is not all that adjustable, I don't believe.
Roger. What are the other controls labeled? The other 3 things that you have there, what are they labeled?
It has like a FP, a U, and a custom.
I'm not copying what you're saying. Try again.
It's got like an FP, a custom, and the letter U.
Is that like a rotary switch with 4 positions on the rotary switch?
It's actually a plus minus, and that's it. You do a plus minus and save it, you leave the menu.
So how great are your pluses and minuses? Are they like 10 units plus and minus?
No, all it does is the plus and the minus just allows you to toggle the menu selection up or down to select the right one. And then you leave it there, just leave the menu, and it keeps that setting.
Roger. Well, you're good intelligibility where you are, sir. It's not like we can't understand what you're saying because you do have a lot of mids, upper mids, and such. Not much bottom end, but your intelligibility level is good, Roger.
Yeah, it's probably the mic. It's a hand mic, and it's the factory hand mic, and it's probably not adequate. I probably need to upgrade my mic.
Roger, Ricky, well, let me give you an advice on using that mic, that hand mic. If you pull it to the corner of your lips, actually touch the corner of your lips and talk across it, will be the best. Then you won't have any transient noise, or you'll have limited transient noise. So take that mic, hold it to the corner of your lips, and talk across it. Roger?
Roger, how's that sound? I'm on the edge of my lips and talking now. Hope it sounds better.
Yeah, so to pull it a little bit further back and let me hear you.
Okay, yeah, I pulled it back a little bit more. I hope this sounds a little bit better.
Yes, sir. Sounds ideal. You no longer have any other thing in there but the words. Before you were getting some mouth noises and transitory stuff that occurs, when you're talking directly into a mic without a foam windscreen. I would suggest, if you you could go down to your local music store, and they have very short foam windscreens now that would fit over that hand mic. That would not preclude you from running it as a hand mic, but would offer some plosive attenuation or a lot of articulation of stuff that you don't want to be transmitting, Roger.
I copy that. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I thank you for all your help. Probably need more help than me. I'll let you get to some other people that probably need more help than me. And I appreciate you analyzing my signal and making it sound better. And with the processor on it, yes, it is a better radio.
Yeah, so your dynamic range is 3 dB, so you're right on target there. You're with a 3 dB dynamic range, your average percent of peak modulation is 80 to 85%. So you have a very good modulation index. It's just that your audio curve is kind of in the upper mids. You could stand to get a little more bottom end. You might consult the book and see about how you might be able to do that and get a little bit more in the bottom end on the audio curve. Roger?
A little bit more in the bottom end on the audio curve. Roger?
Roger on that, yep. Like I said, I think a mic with maybe an EQ built in or something like that would probably be in my best interest. But for now, I'll look at that foam, like you said, and we'll go with that.
Yeah, so they're about $3 or $4, and it just you can get the color of your choice, and it just does such a magnificent job as far as taking out all of the undo process. Now I've got you. I'm copying you on the Georgia SDR, and I would like to get a little bit more audio from you. Would you happen to have a nice little 30-second radio story of some kind?
A nice little 30-second radio story of some kind.
I'll make up one for you. Anyhow, once upon a time there was a little red radio. And it didn't work too well, so we called the doctor, and the doctor said, "You need to get another radio, so you need to go get a 7300, so you get better modulation, and everyone can understand you better." And that is the story here, and I'm hoping that you believe that. And here we go again.
Very good, Ricky. 73, sir, thank you. And like I say, we are recording now live till 5, so if you want to hear your audio, you go to YouTube, do a call and a search, KC9VKV followed by the word logbook, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. This will be cut number 1 of some 2,000 Qso-Vlog audio recordings, and we'll have it posted up on YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
And we'll have it posted up on YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger, and thank you so much. And 73 is KC9VKV, talking to KC9, I think VCV, I believe that's your call sign.
Roger, Ricky, it's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and you'll need that call sign to do your YouTube search. Roger?
And you'll need that call sign to do your YouTube search. Roger?
Roger, and thanks a lot for your help and your time, and we'll talk at you later.
Roger, Roger, Ricky, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon and beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net. We're headed towards 5, at which time I return to a pumpkin. So we are listening. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
We are listening. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.